Do you have a weapon beside your bed in case an intruder breaks into your house? If so, what is it? Me and my sister used to have a death stick. It was a piece of wood about 2 feet long with 4 nails hammered into the end. We wrapped it in bright green duct tape. We got rid of it when she stepped on it and got all 4 nails stuck in her heel, lol. You don't want to sell me death sticks. A hammer. I had a bat, but a scumbag might have faced a bat before. I doubt they'll have faced a pee off adult swinging a hammer off them. A basket of metal knitting needles. I will frick you right up, granny style. In all seriousness though, I also have an aluminum bat under my bed from my pinch hitter softball days. Put a sock over the bat. If they grab the bat, they'll get the sock, giving you one freebie. A screwdriver as an offensive weapon and a large perimeter of unwashed clothes surrounding my bed as a deterrent. Nice try, intruder. Why not come on in and see? I'm picturing OP waiting outside a house, checking their phone to know what they may have coming at them. This comment, though, this is the one that's giving them pause. A cricket bat. That crap is designed to hit a ball that is practically a rock covered in borax and covered in the hardest leather you could find. I have also practiced getting out of bed, grabbing my bat, opening the door, and walking around with my bat without making noise, somewhat because I want to be prepared but mostly because I was really bored one day. I am the Batman. Buff checker. I've got the ThinkPad T420. You could kill a man with these things. Jesus, you're crazy, those things are like 10 pounds. Pitbull and a standard Schnauzer. Pitbull will lick their wounds after the Schnauzer fricks them up, but actually the Schnauzer bark is loud enough to keep anyone away. Haha, my Pitbull is a big softie, but he sounds like a hellhound barking on the other side of the door. Lucky they can't see his wagging tail, lol. A plastic bag, because it is a choking hazard. I know it's dangerous to have a weapon in the house, but it makes me feel safe. 95 pounds white German Shepherd that isn't a fan of strangers. White and red. First off, I didn't kill the guy. 2 years ago I woke up to an intruder in our 1-room apartment. My wife and I were in our bedroom with the door closed, no lock. We heard the guy going through bags and turning the light on and off and actually said our goodbyes to each other. We couldn't tell if he knew we were in the room or not, so we wanted to stay quiet. I had a joke 10 and hunting survival knife that my father-in-law had gifted me when I had moved in with his daughter. Not even sure how sharp it was. I also equipped myself with an empty pint glass in my throwing hand. Our bedroom door functionally opens in, so I positioned myself 5 feet away, facing the opening. If he opened the door, I was prepared to throw the pint glass at his head, then shift the knife from my left hand to my right and stab to kill. My wife had called the police early, who actually made great time. When they showed up with lights flashing, we pushed the bed against the door and laid flat on the ground. The cops kicked the door in and the guy gave himself up. Surreal experience. I actually said goodbye to my wife twice. When we first realized there was a guy only 8 feet away from us and when the cops came in with guns drawn. It was a strange feeling as I prepared to actually end someone's life. I'm very thankful I didn't have to do it. Good decisions all around. I'm ex-military and I own firearms, but my plan is the same as yours. Stay in the room. Wife calls the cops while I stay aimed at the door with a rifle. I honestly don't care if my stuff gets stolen. I have insurance. Bear spray. What? I sleep in my underwear. My plan is to pull them off and ran at home intruder with a raging erection while screaming. My complete lack of possessions worthy of fighting for. If they manage to get through my apartment security system, 24/7 security guards, lift and entrance that requires card access, I'm probably fricked anyway, so I guess my tubs of makeup glitter will be my weapon. I'm gonna get killed anyway, but they'll be scrubbing glitter out for weeks. Revenge from the grave. Just my willy. Beaten 3 burglars to death with it so far. One of them was a runner, and I didn't catch him until we were about 3/4 of a mile from my house. I dread to think what you did to kill him with it when you finally caught him. A double stick sword and an 86-pound lab. The lab will attack the intruder with kisses and tail wagging, while I struggle to get the latch open on the swords. By then, the intruder should have a few bruises from the lab's tail. I'll draw and start shouting yippee ki yay mother sucker. Both the intruder and the lab will then give me a WTF look as I pretend to know what I'm doing. Lab's tails ain't nothing to frick with. More than one kneecap has been shattered by a very good boy's happy tail. Just have some Legos scattered around my floor. More effective than a minefield. Sprinkle in a few plastic army men for sadistic variety. In summary, Americans, guns, everyone else, pets and or fuckhole. I'm American. Can confirm. Loaded .45 is in my nightstand drawer when it isn't on my hip. I have a Hurley next to my bed. I prefer the sharper edge over a baseball bat. The weapon of my people. I remember back in secondary when they started to insist all Hurleys be left in the office during the school day because of lads using them to bait the shite out of each other. I'd be able to reach for my hockey stick quicker than you can say found the Canadian. Found gets whacked by stick. An old Nokia 3310. I've wrapped it in foam rubber so it's less lethal. I'm on the second floor and my room is the closest to the stairs. If you break in the instant you enter the stairwell you are being subjected to a naked fat second floor screaming badislam from a jiggly white guy yelling I'm going to frick your butt. Browning high power. You can't defend your home properly if you're not classy while doing it. +1. No weapons, but I sleep naked so whoever breaks in is in for a surprise when they get attacked by some naked white dude who's half asleep. Same here. Female sleeping Viking style. Here. So I'm counting on intruders going blind when they see the size of my butt. Which, in Europe, ain't a compliment. I have an M4 and an M9 next to my bed but I'm on a deployment in the Middle East so that's a bit different. Remington 870 HD in the closet. S&W 442.38 special in the nightstand. Neither readily visible, but both readily available. A Nerf gun spray painted black. Worked twice. The intruders were so scared. Why do you have so many intruders? A machete. Worked fine so far. Multiple knives and a drywall hatchet. Some butthole tried to climb in my bedroom window one night while my so was asleep, and happened to climb directly over about half my knife collection. Caught him halfway, and scared him shitless. I initially just had a cheese knife as I was making a snack in the kitchen, but the butthole made it easy. I just kept grabbing larger knives and yelling at him, until I got to the 20 inches stainless machete. He backed right out of the window when I got to that one. I kept him at knife point on my deck until the police arrived. Dude was so fricked up he didn't have shoes on, walking across a parking lot from the bar nearby. No idea where he was, or how he got there. The machete sobered him up pretty quickly. I just told him I was calling my landlord, so actually made the call about the broken window, and the jackass stood there waiting at knife point until 3 cops tackled him. Weird frickin' night. Edit. There's also the SKS and PPS 50, but I'm Canadian so they're locked up and unloaded at all times. Not useful in a time sensitive scenario, and not at all safe to discharge city, apartment. Just all around bad idea. Don't feel the need for it, etc. Just making a casual cheese snack on my knife table next to my sleeping partner. You live a wild life my friend. A long, stabby thing. No, you have to get up close for that. Use something like a golf club so you can whack them off from a distance. Not me but my fine arts teacher. He told me that he keeps socks around the house, and beside his bed, filled with sand in discreet places. If anyone tries breaking in those things swing like nunchucks and hit like cement bricks. And if swung hard enough he told me, they could break bones. That's a very fine arts teacher type of weapon. Yes, a Smith & Wesson 9mm. And before anyone goes off about being paranoid, I have it because my spouse killed my 2 dogs, complete with pictures and description sent via text while I was out of town. Threatened to destroy my home and everything in it. Even sent vile texts to our adult son describing how he would kill him. Yes, there is a restraining order and a divorce in process. So yes, I sleep with a pistol next to me and it's always within arm's reach of me. Ironically, it was the spouse who insisted I take gun training classes. You don't need to justify yourself to anyone who gives you a hard time about it. Stay safe. I'd grab my mattress tag. Back off mother or I'm tearing this off. Are mad lads. M1 carbine under the bed. Glock 19 with 15 hollow points in the magazine. It's in a sturdy nightstand that locks. I wish I lived in America sometimes. A CZ page 09 with 19 Remington Golden Saber 9mm plus P loaded, empty chamber, and despite some people's ideas of gun owners, I pray to God I never have to use it. Closest I've come was my dog waking me up because there was a bear on my back deck. He'd taken the bird feeders the night before. I was prepared to fire to scare him off. Shooting him would likely have just pee him off. Luckily yelling and banging on the glass did the trick. I don't have kids so I don't lock it up unless we have house guests. Figured somebody would ask. My dad gave me a Louisville Slugger baseball bat when I moved into my first apartment and it's followed me into some sketch neighborhoods. I keep it in my closet, just in case I need to break some skulls. You should put a sock over the wide end of the bat. If someone grabs it before or after a swing you can pull hard on the bat and they'll likely be just holding the sock. May give you an extra swing. Get yourself a nice guard cat and you'll never have to worry about home invaders again. 4-cell D battery maglite. I've got brighter flashlights so it's mostly been resigned to being a heavy metal club for any would-be intruders. I used to carry it in my car near my seat controls but now I've got a breaker bar and a deep well socket that fits my wheels. I've got the same torch next to my bed. I've even figured out my game plan. Use the torch to ruin their night vision then start swinging. Nope, but my house looks crap from the outside so I don't think I'm a prime target for people trying to steal stuff. Sadly, an unkept looking home is more likely to be robbed than a well-maintained home, because it looks like no one would give a crap. .38 Special Revolver. I have a .38 Special too. My dad's service weapon when he was naval intelligence. I keep thinking about getting a pistol but the revolver is just so simple and effective I don't see why I really need one. I keep a Puerto Rican Cuban girlfriend in the bed next to me. She already did 6 years for stabbing a chick 12 times and still likes to get stabby here and there. All I have to do is yell out my ex's name when I hear someone break into the house and then start praying for the poor robber's life and hope the cops get here before she's done with him. Dang, I need me a girl like that. Number. I just plan to use my bed as a weapon. GAU8 Avenger. I imagine you waking up, hearing noises downstairs, going into your special room where you keep the monster and just turning so it shoots through the walls while yelling let me sing you the songs of my people. I just put a sign outside my house that criminals and guns are against the rules. Problem solved. No guns needed. This is the goodest flyboy. He will bring you 10 years of happiness in exchange for a like on this video. Like and subscribe you magnificent person.